Welcome back everyone. Today's video is going to be very exciting for coin collectors and treasure hunters because we are counting down the top 3 most valuable Australian 1-cent coins ever discovered. Some of these tiny copper coins may look ordinary, but certain years, mint marks, and rare conditions have made them worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars in the collector's market. Many people still have these coins hidden inside old jars, piggy banks, or family collections without realizing their true value. Let's get started. First up, the 1979 Australian 1-cent coin in fine condition. At first glance, this small bronze coin may look ordinary, but some examples have surprised collectors with impressive auction prices and growing demand in the numismatic market. In this video, we'll explore the history behind the 1979 1-cent coin, its unique design features, rarity in different conditions, collector interest, and how much these coins can sell for in today's market. If you have old Australian coins stored away in a jar, drawer, or collection album, you may want to check them carefully after watching this video. The Australian 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia changed from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to decimal currency. The 1-cent coin became one of the smallest denominations in the country and remained in circulation until it was officially withdrawn in 1992. Although no longer used in everyday shopping, these coins remain popular among collectors because they represent an important part of Australian history. The 1979 1-cent coin was produced during a period when millions of these coins were still heavily circulating throughout Australia. The Royal Australian Mint struck these coins in bronze, and they quickly became common pocket change. However, over time, many coins were lost, melted, damaged, or discarded. Because of this, finding attractive examples in fine or higher grades has become more difficult than many people realize. Collectors especially search for coins with strong details, clean surfaces, and minimal corrosion. One of the most recognizable features of the 1979 Australian 1-cent coin is the beautiful design on the reverse side. The coin features 2 feather-tailed gliders climbing on a branch. This iconic design was created by renowned designer Stuart Devlin and became one of the most beloved designs in Australian decimal coinage. On the obverse side, the coin displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. Around the portrait, the inscription reads Elizabeth II Australia 1979. The coin itself is made from bronze and has a rich brown appearance when preserved properly. The 1979 issue does not contain silver or gold, but collectors value it because of its historical importance and collectible appeal. Certain coins may also display striking errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring, which can increase value dramatically. Even small variations can attract strong attention at auctions if authenticated by experts. Now let's talk about rarity and collector demand. In circulated and damaged condition, most 1979 1-cent coins are usually very common. However, fine condition examples are a different story. A fine condition coin still shows moderate wear from circulation, but important details remain visible and attractive. The gliders, lettering, and Queen's portrait should still be clear without excessive damage. Collectors often search for fine condition coins because they offer a balance between affordability and quality. While uncirculated coins can be expensive, fine condition examples allow collectors to own historical pieces at lower prices. The demand becomes even stronger when the coin has attractive toning, minimal scratches, and original surfaces. Auction markets have shown increasing interest in older Australian decimal coins, especially as younger collectors enter the hobby. Coins that once sold for only a few cents are now gaining attention online through auctions, collector forums, and coin exhibitions. Error coins and well-preserved examples from 1979 can sometimes create bidding wars among dedicated collectors. So, how much is a 1979 Australian 1-cent coin worth today? In ordinary circulated condition, these coins are generally worth between 20 cents and $2 depending on wear and appearance. Fine condition examples usually sell between 3 and 10 Australian dollars, especially if the coin has strong detail and appealing color. Coins graded in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can sell for $20, $50, or even more in special auctions. Rare mint error examples have reached much higher prices, sometimes exceeding $100 depending on the uniqueness of the error and collector demand. It's important to remember that auction value depends on several factors including condition, rarity, grading, market demand, and whether the coin has any unusual characteristics. Coins certified by professional grading services often achieve higher prices because buyers trust their authenticity and condition assessment. If you own a 1979 Australian 1-cent coin, there are several things you should do before selling or storing it. First, never clean the coin. Cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce collector value significantly. Even gentle polishing can remove original mint luster and lower auction prices. Second, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for errors, unusual marks, double strikes, or strong detail. Using a magnifying glass can help reveal valuable features that are difficult to see with the naked eye. Third, store the coin properly in a coin holder, capsule, or protective album to prevent corrosion and environmental damage. Bronze coins can discolor over time if exposed to moisture or harsh conditions. Finally, compare your coin with recently sold auction listings rather than relying only on online guesses. Market prices can change frequently depending on collector demand and the economy. The 1979 Australian 1-cent coin may seem like a simple piece of old pocket change, but for collectors, it represents a fascinating part of Australia's decimal currency history. In fine condition, these coins continue attracting attention because of their historical value, beautiful design, and growing collector interest. While most examples remain affordable, rare varieties and exceptional condition coins can sell for impressive amounts at auction. Next up, the fascinating 1984 Australian 1-cent coin, a small copper coin that many people ignore but collectors still love to search for. Even though this coin was once extremely common in Australia, certain circulated and damaged examples are now attracting attention in auctions and coin markets. Some collectors are paying surprising amounts for high-grade pieces, while rare error varieties and well-preserved circulated coins can sell for even more. If you have an old jar of coins at home, you might want to check carefully because this little 1-cent coin could still have collectible value today. The Australian 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia switched to decimal currency. The 1984 issue was produced during the later years of the denomination before the 1-cent and 2-cent coins were eventually removed from circulation in the early 1990s because inflation reduced their purchasing power. According to the Royal Australian Mint, the 1-cent coin officially stopped circulating in 1992, although it still remains legal tender in Australia. The 1984 Australian 1-cent coin had a very large mintage of more than 74 million pieces struck at the Canberra Mint. Because so many were made, the coin is not considered extremely rare in normal circulated condition. However, collectors still enjoy finding attractive examples, especially coins with unusual minting errors, strong details, or original red copper surfaces. One of the most recognizable features of the 1984 Australian 1-cent coin is the beautiful feathertail glider design on the reverse side. This tiny native Australian marsupial was designed by famous coin designer Stuart Devlin and became one of the classic symbols of Australian decimal currency. On the obverse side, the coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael McLouf. The coin was made from bronze containing mostly copper, giving it its famous reddish-brown appearance. It weighs approximately 2.59 grams and has a smooth edge. Many circulated examples today appear dark brown, scratched, or worn due to decades of use in everyday transactions. Now let's talk about rarity and why some collectors still hunt for this coin in circulated or even damaged condition. While standard circulated 1984 1-cent coins are common, collector demand increases when the coin has unusual features, attractive toning, or minting errors. Error coins can include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, or unusual die varieties. These rare mistakes can push auction prices much higher than ordinary coins in heavily circulated or damaged condition. Most 1984 1-cent coins are usually worth only a small premium above face value. However, because the denomination was withdrawn decades ago, some people enjoy collecting complete date sets of Australian cents, and this keeps demand alive. Online collector discussions also show that many people continue finding old Australian copper coins in drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Coins with strong detail, less wear, or original reddish color are more desirable. A damaged coin with corrosion or scratches usually sells cheaply, but if the same coin has a rare mint error, collectors may still pay significant amounts at auction. So how much is a 1984 Australian 1-cent coin actually worth today? In normal circulated condition, most examples sell for only a few cents to around $1 depending on appearance and collector interest. Very worn or damaged coins often have little extra value unless they feature an error. According to Australian coin value guides, uncirculated examples graded MS63 to MS66 can range from around $2 up to more than $10 depending on condition and certification. Exceptional high-grade pieces or unusual mint errors may achieve much higher auction prices, especially if professionally graded by a major coin grading company. Proof versions and specially preserved mint set coins are also more valuable because far fewer were produced compared to standard circulation coins. Collectors are usually willing to pay more for coins with bright original copper color and minimal spotting. If you want to collect Australian 1-cent coins, here are some important tips. First, always check the condition carefully. Coins with less wear, sharper details, and brighter surfaces are usually worth more. Second, look closely for minting errors because these can dramatically increase value. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the date, lettering, and edges. Another important tip is to avoid cleaning old coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce collector value. Many beginners mistakenly polish copper coins, but experienced collectors prefer natural surfaces even if the coin looks dark or aged. It is also a good idea to store coins in protective holders or albums to prevent scratches and corrosion. If you believe you have a rare error coin or a high-grade example, you may want to send it for professional grading before selling it at auction. The 1984 Australian 1-cent coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but it still holds an important place in Australian numismatic history. With its iconic feathertail glider design, historical connection to Australia's decimal currency system, and growing collector interest, this tiny copper coin continues to attract attention decades after leaving circulation. Although most circulated or damaged examples are not extremely valuable, special error coins and well-preserved pieces can still bring impressive auction prices in dollars. That is why collectors continue searching through old coin jars and collections hoping to discover a hidden treasure. So before you spend or throw away an old Australian 1-cent coin, take a closer look. You might be holding a collectible piece of history. Next up, the fascinating 1985 Australian 1-cent coin in fine circulated condition. At first glance, this small bronze coin may seem ordinary, but many collectors are now paying attention to older Australian decimal coins because they are no longer produced for circulation. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1985 Australian 1-cent coin, its unique design features, collector demand, rarity in circulated and damaged condition, and the auction prices this coin can reach in today's market. If you enjoy rare coin discoveries and hidden treasure stories, make sure you watch until the end because this tiny coin could still surprise you. The Australian 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia changed from the old pound system to decimal currency. The coin became an important part of everyday Australian life for decades. By 1985, the 1-cent coin was already a familiar sight in shops, banks, and pocket change across the country. The 1985 issue featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse side displayed the famous feathertail glider created by Stuart Devlin. The coin was struck at the Canberra Mint using bronze made from copper, zinc, and tin. According to Australian coin references, more than 38 million examples of the 1985 1-cent coin were minted, making it a common circulation coin during its time. Even though the mintage was high, these coins slowly disappeared from circulation after Australia officially removed 1 and 2 cent coins from everyday use in the 1990s. Because of this, many collectors today enjoy searching through old jars, collections, and inherited coin boxes hoping to find older Australian cents in better condition. One of the most attractive features of the 1985 Australian 1-cent coin is its beautiful feathertail glider design. The tiny native Australian marsupial shown on the reverse side gives the coin a unique identity that collectors around the world recognize instantly. The coin has a plain edge, weighs approximately 2.59 grams, and measures 17.5 millimeters in diameter. The obverse side features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, surrounded by the inscription Elizabeth II Australia 1985. The warm bronze color gives the coin an attractive vintage appearance, especially when the surfaces still show original luster. Collectors also pay attention to possible minting errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, and unusual color variations because rare mistakes can dramatically increase value at auctions. Another reason collectors like this coin is nostalgia. Many Australians remember using these coins in daily life before decimal rounding eliminated them from circulation. That emotional connection keeps interest in these small denomination coins alive among both beginner and experienced collectors. Now let's talk about rarity. Technically, the 1985 Australian 1-cent coin is not considered extremely rare because tens of millions were produced. However, finding examples in excellent condition is becoming harder every year. Most coins entered circulation heavily and suffered scratches, corrosion, fading, and environmental damage over decades of in fine circulated condition. The coin still retains moderate detail on the Queen's portrait and the feathertail glider design, although wear is visible on the higher points. Collectors usually prefer coins with readable dates, smoother surfaces, and less discoloration. Damaged coins with heavy scratches or corrosion normally carry only small collector premiums, but unusual mint errors or attractive toning can increase demand significantly. Online coin communities often explain that common Australian 1-cent coins in heavily circulated condition usually sell for modest amounts unless they have rare errors or exceptionally strong eye appeal. As time passes, more of these coins are lost, melted, or damaged, which slowly reduces the supply of collectible examples. Because Australia no longer uses 1-cent coins in daily commerce, many collectors believe interest will continue growing over the coming decades. So, how much is a 1985 Australian 1-cent coin actually worth today? In ordinary circulated fine condition, appearance, and collector demand, better quality uncirculated coins can reach much higher prices, especially certified mint state examples. Some coin value guides show mint state 1985 1-cent coins selling for over $20 at auction in higher grades. If the coin has damage, environmental wear, its value may stay low unless collectors notice something unusual about it. Error coins, proof versions, or exceptionally preserved pieces can attract serious bidding from collectors during online auctions. In the United States dollar market, circulated examples may range from under $1 to several dollars, while premium uncirculated pieces can exceed $10 to $15 depending on certification and auction competition. Remember that coin prices constantly change according to collector demand, condition, rarity, and market trends. Checking completed auction sales instead of asking prices is one of the best ways to understand real market value. If you own a 1985 Australian 1-cent coin, the first thing you should do is examine its condition carefully. Use proper lighting and avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can damage the surface and lower collector value. Store coins in protective holders or coin albums to prevent scratches and moisture damage. An exciting collector item. Another smart tip is to compare your coin with recent auction results and trusted coin price guides. Many beginners become confused by unrealistic online listings showing common coins priced for thousands of dollars. Real value depends on confirmed sales, rarity, and professional grading. With its beautiful feathertail glider design, nostalgic appeal, and growing collector interest, this coin remains a favorite among Australian coin enthusiasts. While most fine circulated examples are affordable, higher-grade pieces and unusual mint errors can command impressive auction prices in dollars. So next time you search through an old coin jar or inherited collection, don't ignore those tiny bronze cents. You might discover a collectible piece of Australian history hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more rare coin values, auction stories, and hidden treasure discoveries. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.